And the Oscar goes to
Martin Scorsese.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire.
Halle Berry, Monsters Ball.
Catherine Bigelow.
Moonlight, Best Picture.
Olivia Colman, Parasite.
That indescribable feeling we get.
Welcome to another episode of That Indescribable Feeling. I am not Josh D. Woodbury, but I am Edgar Ortega covering for him. Life happens, so he's a little bit busy. But joining me today is Evan Harris, who is a more, your typical casual host for the show. So Evan, tell us what we're doing today.
Hey, welcome. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back. This is our second awards podcast of the season. The last one did pretty well. A lot of people are very much anticipating, all the updates and all the predictions and all the changes for award season. And this is where you guys can find everything you guys need to know about what exactly is going on this award season, what movies are falling, what movies are rising, what movies are slipping out due to all these precursors that we've gotten. And since November, we've gotten a ton of precursors. The regional critics, your Boston critics, LA, Las Vegas, New York, all these film critics are putting in their nominees, and not only their nominees, but their winners for their predictions or for their, their own award ceremonies. And we always say critics, they don't usually line up with what the Oscars do, but they also they give us a running tally of like who's doing well before the big ones hit, before your Golden Globes, before your, Critics' Choice winners. These critics are telling us, okay, so this person's getting nominated a lot. So they're likely to be nominated by, the people of the Academy. That's very important. So since November, we've had those critics nominations. We've had Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. So we're going to break down some of the surprises. It's been a week since the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. Last week was a lot. So we're going to break down some of the Critics' Choice and Golden Globe surprises and what movies did make it in there, because they seem to be shaping up to what some of our predictions were in our last episode. And we're going to see some of our updated Oscar predictions, see if any movie has fallen off since we last talked.
And where would you want to start? Because I have the critics and Golden Globes, but we can also look up at something else if you want to.
I do as well. I think let's just stick with Critics' Choice. Let's stick with Golden Globes first. Right. We'll pull that up, and then we can talk about the regional stuff as we go along. I have a Twitter user who keeps a running tally of all things that are happening in the awards race.
Do you want to do critics or Golden first?
Let's do Golden.
Golden? Okay, give me 1 second. All right, can you see the screen?
I sure can. Perfect. So drama was interesting here. We got our usual suspects here: the Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, and Nickel Boys. Some surprises, though. One of our favorite films of the year was not in this lineup. And drumroll, please. That's Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Sing Sing. Colman Domingo Sing Sing is not in Best Picture Drama. In its place, we seem to have September 5th, because Complete Unknown has always been in that 10th or 11th spot, if you want to say, in terms of like the top 10 or top 10 through 12 for Best Picture. Complete Unknown has always been there. Like, do we put it in here? It hasn't come out wide in America yet, but a lot of critics groups are seeing it. The interesting thing about A Complete Unknown is that because a lot of people haven't seen it, a lot of the people putting it in their predictions are like, I don't know how what the general public feels about this movie, what most critics feel about this movie. Interestingly enough, A Complete Unknown's embargo lifted last week, and right now Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it's not the highest. I believe it's like in around 70%. Let me double check again.
Didn't the reactions came out the day of that we did the last episode?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. So right now, it's just a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. 83 reviews are in. That's okay. We've definitely seen lower and get nominated for Best Picture. I think of like Elvis, for example, where Elvis for some reason was like a big general public fan, but not a lot of people liked it. But anyway, September 5th again is a big shocker. The Golden Globes went with September 5th, over Sing Sing. And in general, Sing Sing was just lacking at the Golden Globes. And this had us taking pause. Do we listen closely to the Golden Globes here? Do we take Sing Sing out of our top 10? I don't think we're there yet. I think this is just, that's getting too reactionary.
It's the Golden Globes being the Golden Globes.
Exactly. And if people are unfamiliar, the Golden Globes used to be very bad. Like people, it's a fun thing to talk about because it's the biggest award ceremony before the Oscars, one of the biggest. And basically, it's the first. It's the first one, which is why people take kind of note of it. But back then, a couple years ago, it got hit with some controversy in terms of like not having a lot of diverse opinions, only having a small group of the HFPA, Hollywood Foreign Press. So they were like, okay, we're gonna take a back seat. They were gone for a year. People were like, you don't have to come back, Golden Globes. F you. We don't come back. It's racist, not diverse enough. But they kind of took a lot of opinions and they expanded, not by like twice, but I think by 3 times as much at least. And since then, they've very much expanded to have more international opinion. So we've seen a lot of internationals, especially last year, with stuff like that one foreign drama that I liked, the courtroom drama. I forget what it was called.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall. They really liked that one, and they liked a lot of them. Like Drive My Car. They were one of the first ones to really go for that as well. But anyways, September 5th is here over Sing Sing, so that is a little bit worrisome. But again, it's September 5th in that 11th or 12th spot for your predictions. It should be. It really should be. Musical or comedy, everything here is pretty much as you'd expect. You can scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
All good. So yeah, this is pretty much what you expect. Anora, Challengers. Oh, sorry. Can you scroll up a little bit to go to drama? I just want to predict the winner real quick. I think the winner there is going to be either the Brutalist, Conclave, or a complete unknown of the top 3 there. If I had to guess, I would assume the Brutalist. Because it's in like my 2nd or 3rd place at the predictions. So.
Conclave is picking up though, not just on social media, but overall, like
it's so fascinating, right? Like seeing the Conclave hype. Every day you go on Twitter, you see a new not TikTok, what is it called?
Video fan cam?
Fan cam, yeah, fan cam, video, edit over something in the Conclave, hype and lore there. Can it beat the Brutalist? It very much could. The Brutalist's weakness is its runtime. And that's its biggest strength as well. Like, it's this big, gigantic epic. And I'm excited to see it, even though I'm like, okay, can I do 3.5 hours? I think I can. I'm ready for it. But not a lot of people in the Academy are. I know some people will review, some critics who are just like, yeah, I went to the screening, saw it in 70 millimeter, liked it, didn't really love it. But when I got home, watched it on my own time because they have private screeners. They liked it a bit more, where they're able to, watch it, pause it, do their thing, come back and watch it, and really appreciate certain scenes. We don't have that luxury because we're, regular people. We don't have screeners. I wish I was. So I think more people are going to like it in the comfort of their own homes. It's one of those kinds of movies. People are already comparing it to like a Roma, or, I always compared it to like Killers of the Flower Moon, where we can get a lot of nominations, probably not a lot of wins. I think the Buddhist is a little bit above that in terms of like it could win a Best Director prize, which is feeling very likely.
I mean, we'll get into it once we go through our updated predictions, but I'm not as high on the Brutalist as I was last episode.
Interesting. Okay.
Not because I don't have faith in the movie, but just, again, the whole thing with the runtime. And also, I don't know if I do feel like a lot of people, not that they're not going to get the movie, but they might feel like it's a lot. And not just runtime, just like, the material wise.
Exactly. And that might affect, we'll get to Best Supporting Actress here, but that might affect that as well. But Best Picture, motion, musical, or comedy, I thought this was going to be a huge Wicked party. I think the biggest nominations for Golden Globes like Wicked and Conclave, or there might be Critics' Choice. I forget now. But I think Wicked got a lot of good stuff here as well. And we have Anora, Challengers, Emilia, Perez, A Real Pain, The Substance, which is very good, and Wicked. A quick Substance update. Substance is making it, guys, in a lot of things that it should be getting in for. It got a lot of nominations here at the Golden Globes. It got a lot at Critics' Choice. And And it's for the repeated thing. It's getting in for Best Picture at those award places. It's also getting nominated a lot in the regional critics as well. Coralie Farge is getting nominated a lot in director. I have her firmly in my top 5. And I'm very happy for Demi Moore, which is, again, is still a very tight 5. If you do not have Demi Moore in your top 5, I don't blame you. It's a very tight 5. I don't know who leaves there.
Yeah,
but she's definitely in the top 6. We'll get to it because it's a very contentious top 5 for Best Actress. It's still very much on the bubble in terms of a lot of actresses. But yeah, I'm very happy for The Substance. It's one of my absolute favorite films of the year. I've seen it twice now. I really like it. But I think this win is going to Anora. And if Anora can win against Wicked in a musical or comedy category, that just showcases Anora's strength.
yeah.
And I really think Anora can win here. If Wicked does win here, though, that'll be interesting. I still don't think Wicked has like the oomph to win Best Picture, but you know, a narrative could start here.
I don't think it'll ultimately go on to win Best Picture, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a few awards here and there. In terms of like the big prize, people love that movie, especially industry people. And it would be interesting if Wicked were to get a Best Musical, and I don't know, something dumb like Deadpool gets the box office achievement or whatever.
Yeah, you never really know. I think if Wicked beats Anora here, there will be a narrative like, oh wait, Anora is vulnerable, because Anora is still my number 1 movie to win Best Picture, and if the Wicked wins here, I'd be like, okay, wait, pause, let's talk about this. But again, I still think Anora has the edge. Animated movie: Flow, Inside Out 2, Wallace and Gromit, Wild Robot, Moana 2, Memoir of a Snail. Inside Out. Again, Moana 2 is not happening. Nope. But the Golden Globes, it just came out. I guess they just watched it, so that's irrelevant. But this is your top 5 for Best Animated: Wallace and Gromit, The Wild Robot, Memoir of a Snail, Inside Out 2, Flow. Wild Robot is winning this category. I just think it is. Flow has been winning a lot when it comes to like your regional critics. Flow has been winning a lot, but as of today, it is now tied with The Wild Robot in terms of regional critics. So it used to be Flow, but Wild Robot has been skyrocketing in terms of like your regional critics. So it is now tied as of today. And I think just in general, The Wild Robot is going to have that universal majority acclaim for this category. Back in the day, before I saw any of these animated movies, I would have really wanted some other movies in here. Like, I love Transformers 1, but like, where do you put it in here?
Yeah.
I just saw Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim.
That thing is dead.
That thing is dead. I saw it, and I really liked it. I appreciated it. I know a lot of my friends who just didn't like it. I liked it a lot. I think it has some flaws when it comes to the important things like characterization, and like some of the character dynamics aren't as fleshed out as you would want, especially in a Lord of the Rings film.
Yeah,
which pride over like character relationships in that franchise. So that's pretty weak, but like in general, I think people should still really watch Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim. I also think, quick rant, it got done dirty this weekend when WB made a statement being like, "Oh, we only, we did this film so we can get like
keep their rights."
Yeah, it's like you didn't need to post that. I feel like that's very disrespectful to Kenji. I forget his last name, the director of the film, who did, who helped, and his whole team helped animate this, and it's beautifully animated. I just think it's very disrespectful to post that when your movie bombs. It's like shoving your director in the mud, being like, okay, we didn't really want to do this anyways. We had to rush this out. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Like you're throwing everybody under the bus, but also like it's obvious you didn't promote this movie at all. That's one. And then two, I mean, I'm pretty sure this movie was very cheap to make, especially compared to like Inside Out 2 or Moana, or maybe even, I don't know how much The Wild Robot cost, but I can't imagine it costing more than that.
I think they said this was only about like 30 to 50 million, but it made like 5 billion this weekend.
Yeah. So again, it was always going to be like a throwaway movie for them. Even if the movie itself is fine or watchable, like it was always meant to be that because they just made it for the rights.
Yeah. Exactly. Cinematic box office achievement. We can skip through this. Alien Romulus is how is like Dune Part 2 not here? Apparently, it wasn't even submitted. You know,
Why is there 9 movies here?
why is there 9 movies here? I don't know. What do you think is gonna win? Are they just gonna give this to Wicked? What's gonna happen? Are they giving it to Deadpool? Are they giving it the highest grossing movie? I don't even know.
Um, hmm. I mean, I think it would be between Deadpool, Wicked, and Inside Out too. If Wicked loses the musical, I think it's getting this one.
Yeah, I agreed. They want to award Wicked with something. Wild Robot made a lot for its animation budget. Gladiator 2 is fine for its box office. Deadpool Wolverine is the second highest movie of the year. Inside Out 2 is the highest movie of the year. So they want to give it Inside Out 2. That would make sense. It's now the highest grossing animation movie ever. So that's an achievement.
It's weird because what do you need to make at the box office for you to be like a contender here? Because Twisters did really well here in the States, but not at all internationally.
Which we talked about in our box office podcast, guys. Subscribe for our box office episodes.
Also, Gladiator, like it's doing well, but because of its budget, like it's just okay.
Just okay. It's doing good. Exactly. I think it just now made like 400 million worldwide, which is just surpassed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But like, it just now did that. Like, where's Planet of the Apes on there? Where's other stuff? It's weird. But a foreign language film. This is where Emilia Perez can easily win here. Albeit Imagine Light could also.
I've heard a lot about I'm Still Here. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that, but Brazil is like loving this movie, and mostly that goes to Fernanda Torres, if I say her name right. Who is the lead actress there. They really want her to be like in the Best Actress lineup this year. I don't think it's happening, but like I heard her performance is transcendent in the movie. But yeah, All We Imagine Is Light. It did get some spotlight here because I think the director was nominated here in the Best Director category, which we haven't gotten to yet. I don't think it's done to yet. But yeah, let's. I think this is Emilia Perez. I think that list makes sense. Best Female Actor in a Motion Picture Comedy. I think you get most of your to be expected here. Some surprises. Tilda Swinton is here. Kate Winslet is here. Fernanda Torres did make it in for I'm Still Here. You know, again, that international appeal.
Yeah. I think this is a Jolie Kidman race, isn't it? Then you feel?
I believe so. Yeah, definitely. This Jolie and Kidman are the only ones that are in like awards conversations. But interestingly enough, like none of the actresses here are in the Best Picture
lineup.
Moving forward.
I mean, yeah.
So Kate Winslet, and I'm trying to figure out who's not here, who should be here. You know, but Kate Winslet for Lee is like, okay, you know, interesting, but whatever. Like she's really campaigning there. Tilda Swinton, I thought she was like gone from this category, but she's still here, so it's like, okay.
I'm surprised they put her in lead, to be honest. I feel like, I mean, you could make an argument that both her and Julianne Moore, that they're like co-leads, but again, going back to the whole conversation that we've been having this season with Emilia Perez of like, yeah, she is the driving force, but she's not the main character. I think this applies also to the Room Next Door.
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton is the driving force of the movie, but she's not really the main character.
Got it. But yeah, I also double checked, and it's missing Marianne Jean Baptiste from Hard Truth, Mike Lee's Hard Truths, and Marianne Jean Baptiste has been doing really, really well where it counts. I think she won like at the New York Film Critics. She's tying with Mackie Madison at a lot of these regional critics. So the love and support for Marianne Jean Baptiste, and she also was nominated at the Critics' Choice. So she's getting in where it counts. We'll see what happens with SAG and BAFTA. I think BAFTA might go for Marianne as well. So she's been skyrocketing into people's top fives. Marianne is not on here, though. Kate Winslet made it over her. And Saoirse Ronan is basically dead. The biggest update since our last podcast is Saoirse Ronan dead, or one of the biggest updates. Saoirse Ronan is dead in supporting actress for Blitz, not happening. And she's dead in The Outrun as a lead. That's also not happening. If the Golden Globes can't nominate her, then other places aren't nominating her. She was also not seen at the Critics' Choice Awards either. So unfortunate for Saoirse Ronan, who's one of my favorite actresses working, but she will be absent from this awards season. Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. I think the win comes down here between Adrian Brody and your boy Timothée Chalamet, which I think is the case for the Oscar as well. These are my top two contenders for the Oscar. Even though I really want Coleman Domingo to win for Sing.
Yeah, I was about to say you don't think he's like top 3, top 2.
I think he'll be number 3 or 4, maybe 4 now, because I think Ray Fiennes is
it's rising, yeah,
is rising as well. Not in a winning spot. I don't think he can win for Conclave. That's a subdued performance like Conclave, but Coleman Domingo, man.
Yeah, speaking of rising, even though I don't think he has a real shot of getting nominated for an Oscar, the whole controversy with Variety and Sebastian Stan, I feel like that has really helped him this season, at least for like the smaller stuff.
For sure.
I mean, you can really see it with the Golden Globes because he didn't just get nominated for this, but also for A Different Man.
A Different Man as well. Yeah, I need to see both these movies. Have you seen The Apprentice?
I've seen The Apprentice. Yeah. I think we already talked about it in the show. I'm just gonna repeat what I said. I think he's really good, and I think what makes him very compelling in the movie is that he very much is playing him as if he was playing, any other character. He's not really making an impression of Trump. He's just, really diving into the psyche of this guy. So, I mean, him and Jeremy Strong are fantastic. So, I'm glad that he's getting some recognition for it.
It just goes to if people in the Academy really want to reward that movie and especially reward the performance. We'll see how if they watch the movie at all. But Daniel Craig's here at the Golden Globes, and he makes it in at the Critics' Choice as well, as we'll get to. I put him back in my top 5, or I think I should. I always forget to update my.
Oh, you took him out?
But I took out because I think I had. Let me see here. I had Jesse Eisenberg in my top 5.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I'm taking him out, and I'm putting in Daniel Craig. I think I had that for the longest time, and then I was like, let me be different. Let me take him out and put in Jesse Eisenberg because he's in a real pain, and a real pain is getting way more award recognition than Queer. But no, I think Daniel Craig is back in here. I think the Academy really wants to reward him, even if they didn't like the movie too much.
Have you seen Queer?
I have not. It came out in theaters this weekend, but I was busy seeing Lord of the Rings and
Craven. This guy.
Sorry, guys. So now that this weekend is Sonic and Mufasa, I'm like, I gotta squeeze in Queer eventually. So hopefully I can see it.
I mean, I would make it a priority because I'm pretty sure that's gonna leave theaters before any of those.
For sure. So I definitely, I'll make time, guys. I gotta support my Luca. But for this category, I think it's going to Adrian Brody. I think it's going to Adrian Brody. Timothée Chalamet, man, A Complete Unknown is in Best Picture Drama. And I think he can start. It's like Timothy can start his run here if he wins for this. But I think people are saying like if A Complete Unknown is in the Oscar 10, then Timothy might just win the Oscar. But I'm like, I don't know. I think Adrian Brody still has it. I think he still has it. He's still my number 1.
Even on a personal level, I just think even Ralph Fiennes has a better shot than Timothy. I mean, I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, so I mean, what do I know? But I don't know. I don't know if they would go for that kind of performance right now. Like there are other G's where you're like, okay, yeah, they're sure we're gonna go for the typical biopic performance, like with Rami Malek. But I don't know about this one.
Me neither.
I've liked the trailers of what I've seen from the movie, and I really like James Mangold. But I don't know. There's something about this movie that just hasn't I haven't really felt anything.
Yeah, hasn't reached that zeitgeist where like, oh wow, I feel a wave coming, and I feel the Timothée Chalamet wave. No, I haven't felt that yet. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm still sticking with Adrian Brody here in this category. I have him for the Oscar, and I have him for the Golden Globe here as well. Musical or comedy, Amy Adams gets in for Night Bitch, as we all thought. Cynthia Erivo, Carla, Mikey Madison, Demi Moore, thank God, and Zendaya gets in for Challengers. They had to put in another musical / comedy. Challengers, I don't really. I'm not like super angry that it's in the comedy category. It's a very funny movie at times, but like it's not an egregious nomination here. Anyways, I'm happy for Demi Moore, but I think this one goes to Mackie Madison. I think she secures the win. She's been winning the most when it comes to regional critics, and I think she's been the front runner for so long. She could start her sweep right here. I think the biggest sweep is going to get to supporting actor, but like I think right now best lead actress. I think Mackie Madison. Hopefully, I'm hoping she can get a sweep here because I really, really, really want her to win. She's very young. She's a breakout in this movie, and to win over the likes of like Carla and Cynthia Erivo and Demi Moore, I mean, that would be huge at the Golden Globes and at the Oscars. So I really want that to happen. I just love Anora so much, and I would want it to win.
Yeah. For me, Cynthia Erivo is still like the enigma in the whole race when it comes to the Oscars, because I could very easily see her being nominated, but at the same time, it's just like way too competitive, I feel, this year.
It's super competitive, and this time last year, I think we're all pretty confident that Margot Robbie is getting in for Best Lead Actress. I mean, not super confident. I think she was everybody's like 5 or 4, but like she was getting in where she needed to get in, and people all thought Margot Robbie was going to get in. Cut to the Oscars, and she doesn't make it.
Yeah,
I think the girl from the Naiad. What was that movie?
I know who you're talking about. I forgot.
She gets in as well, or she gets in over Margot Robbie. So it's like, could somebody get in over Cynthia? Could Demi Moore get in over Cynthia? Could Marianne Jean Baptiste get in over Cynthia? It's very likely.
Yeah,
this actress race is very, very tight.
Yeah, this could very much be, like you said, like a repeat of Barbie, where America Ferrera got in for supporting, but Margot didn't get for lead. I can see this happening with Ariana and Cynthia.
For sure, 1,000%. But again, I think Mackie Madison has this. Let's go down a little bit to musical comedy. The biggest thing here, I think this is what we expected given the Golden Globes, the comedy categories. This is pretty much what we expected. Jesse Eisenberg for A Real Pain will be very interesting here. I don't know who wins here. I think Jesse Eisenberg is a shot, but like, Jesse Plemons would be a fun win. Glenn Powell would be a fun win.
I would love Hugh Grant, but it's not happening.
Hugh Grant would be great. He was also in the Critics' Choice top 6 as well. It's like, whoa, wait, is Hugh Grant in this? I don't think so, guys. But
I could maybe see them rewarding Sebastian Stan here.
Me too. Given how much they also liked him in like Apprentice, so they like Sebastian Stan. But this is a very weird category. A Real Pain's the only one who's like in that zeitgeist of awards conversation, so I can see Jesse winning. But there's also like the argument that he's playing himself, which I disagree with. But
oh yeah, totally, he's not.
Because I think he really delivers some worthwhile performances in A Real Pain. But Hugh Grant is a very fun choice here. I don't think Gabriel LaBelle is winning. He's a great actor, though. I don't think Jesse Plemons is winning. Not many people see kind of. Even though he didn't win like the Cannes Best Actor award or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know really.
Yeah, this is between Eisenberg, Powell, and Stan, I think.
Yeah, Powell would be a fun one. I think he's phenomenal in Hitman. But whoever wins here, I don't think it's going to have a huge dent or big movement in the awards race. This is a fun musical or comedy category. But female actor in supporting role. This is a battle for the Golden Globe and for Critics' Choice and for the Oscar between Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana. They did like Emilia Perez a lot here at the Golden Globes.
The whole industry likes it in general.
The whole industry likes it, and it has an international appeal. The industry likes Emilia Perez. Not as much as like the regular people. It's not doing well in Letterboxd, but like, this is a very interesting category. First off, besides those two, I gotta say I love seeing Margaret Qualley, dude.
Yep.
She's here at the Golden Globe. She got in at Critics' Choice, and I'm like, wait a minute. I might have to put her in my top 5.
Who do you take out, though?
Who do I take? Let me look at my list here. I think there's a real shot to like take out Isabella Rossellini, right? Like, I mean, wow, my predictions are old. I still have Saoirse Ronan in here. It's like I could put in Margaret Qualley. People still have like Selena Gomez could be an option.
No.
Anjanou Ellis could be an option. Isabel Rossellini could be an option. Could you take Felicity Jones out? I won't yet, but like that could be an option. But I could put like Margaret Qualley. I think is just rising and getting in where it counts. Like if Margaret Qualley gets in at the BAFTAs, I'm like, oh
yeah.
like,
Because other than Zoe and Ariana, those are the only two locks. Everyone else could be like a toss-up.
yeah. Danielle Deadweiler could get kicked out because people aren't watching the piano lesson. And
Monica Barbaro.
She has been snubbed before. Monica Barbaro, exactly. From a clear unknown, she can get out. Like, there's a lot of options. So we'll get to that later. But yeah, I think Zoe Saldana has a shot to win. I will not be surprised. That's my prediction right now. I'm going with Zoe Saldana at the Golden Globes. I will not be surprised if she wins here because of just the international appeal at the Globes. I'm not saying she'll win the Oscar, even though I did bet Josh live that $25 that Ariana does not win. I think I'm losing that bet. Ariana's winning a lot.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could really hurt Ariana, but maybe not. I don't know. It's a whole concept that we know that there's a part 2. And
that's what's crazy to me.
Yeah, and usually, awards bodies, especially the Oscars, don't really go for that.
They don't really go for that.
I mean, like, just look at what's happening with Dune.
Yeah,
even though that never got like acting nominations, but like even like on the technical stuff, it's getting more competition.
Which is crazy. Dune not getting acting nominations is just wild to me. I hope when Dune Messiah comes out, it finally gets some acting nominations. But damn, 2 movies now and no acting nominations for Dune. I guess because it's an action sci-fi. But like Ariana, I mean, people have always been nominated for musicals. That's like a tale as old as time. Yeah. But man, I really think Dune deserves some good nominations. Austin Butler, Rebecca Ferguson, especially from part 1. But yeah, right now I'm going for Zoe Saldana. I still have her as number 1 for my Oscars as well. I'm just saying I think Ariana has a shot to easily. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Ariana wins the Oscar. But Zoe, do not count out Zoe just yet. We haven't gotten to the industry. We haven't gotten to the big awards bodies, the Critics' Choice or Golden Globes or SAG yet.
And as opposed to Ariana, Zoe does have the career perspective because it's the running joke. Even though she's been in some of the most successful movies ever, like the fact that she's always covered in makeup or in CG, and Emilia Perez is really giving her the chance to shine. I feel like that's another narrative that people should be really looking into.
Definitely. So we'll see what happens here, guys. We'll see what happens right now. So are you going with Ariana for that category, by the way?
For this one, for the Globes?
Yeah. Because I'm going with Zoe.
I've been leaning more towards Zoe myself.
Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting. Again, I think we both think Ariana can easily win, but Zoe, guys, just don't be surprised if something happens. Anyways, best male actor. I love seeing Yura get in everywhere where it counts. This is a big category here. Yura, Kieran, Edward, Guy Pearce, Jeremy Strong.
Gotta love it.
I think they just nominated the top 6 people here. That's 6 or 7. Yeah, that's 6. But big snub here. Big snub. No Clarence Macklin from Sing Sing.
Oh, yeah.
Delivered one of the biggest performances of the year. One of my favorite supporting. A truly great supporting performance to Coleman as lead. I think Jeremy Strong definitely took that spot. Or you can say Edward Norton did. Depends on what your opinion is of the top 6. Best supporting actor will win. Kieran Culkin could win. Edward Norton. What's up, Kevin? Right now, I think Kieran Culkin has this in the bag.
Yeah,
he's pretty much sweeping. It's not a Danielle Deadweiler sweep. That was just a monstrous sweep. It's not a Ki-Hoi Kwan sweep yet, but Kieran, start preparing your speeches. I think it starts here at the Golden Globes. I think he sweeps the Golden Globes. He sweeps the Critics' Choice. I have him firmly as my number 1. I think he will walk away with the Oscar for A Real Pain. I think it's a great supporting performance. And hey, a year after you won the Emmy for Succession, this final season.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Some people are taking Denzel out recently, by the way, as Gladiator 2 falls out of favor for a lot of voters. A Complete Unknown is rising, so people are swapping out Denzel with Edward in their top 5. But I think the top contenders here for the award: Kieran Culkin, Yura, Guy Pearce. That could be a good tight 3.
Yeah.
Clarence Macklin is still in my top 5. I think I have him in my top 3.
He's my 5.
Clarence Macklin is a 5.
Yeah.
I think I might have to lower him to my 5 as well. He is getting vulnerable, guys, and the unfortunate reality is that, like, hopefully when Sing Sing gets back in theaters in January, a resurgence can happen.
Yeah.
But for right now, as December is taking hold, as we get into our Christmas break, start worrying about Sing Sing. Start worrying about Clarence Macklin. He could be vulnerable to industry vets like a Jeremy Strong, like an Edward Norton, like Denzel. They could cover up the 5. Like this top 6 that you see here, minus like Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. I think that could be your top 5 with Yura, Edward, Kieran, Denzel, and Guy Pearce. Like that could be your top 5. And Clarence Macklin could get shut out. Do I want that to happen? Hell no. Do I think it could happen? Yes. I think Sing Sing is just dropping, unfortunately.
Yeah. In a perfect world, he would get in instead of Denzel. But
I agree.
And I love Denzel in Gladiator too, but
yeah.
I guess it could be used as an example of an actor really elevating the work because the material isn't that great that he's given.
No.
Man,
he eats it up. Yeah, he eats it up. So yeah, and then Edward Norton is just rising. If people don't want to have him in the top 5, that's good for you. But like, I think right now I don't have him firmly in my top 5, but I don't know. Let me look at my best supporting actor right now because again, I have. We'll get to it later, but yeah, I have Kieran and Guy Pearce, Clarence, Denzel, and Yura, but like Edward Norton is right there, and I don't want to be surprised. I gotta set my expectations low come Oscar morning. But anyways, best director here, unfortunately,
no Denis
Villeneuve, was shocking, and this is big, guys. And again, it's just the Golden Globes. They don't like Denis Villeneuve, whatever. But when we went down the list, and they're going Jack Audiard, Sean Baker, Edward Berger, we're like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, Brady Corbett, okay, that makes sense. Coralie Farge, yes, I'm so happy she got in. I'm telling you guys, she's getting in where it counts. But then they kept on talking, and we didn't hear Denis Villeneuve. We heard Payal Capaldi for All We Imagine as Light. Now, I do think this is just the Golden Globes being Golden Globes. But guys, I don't think this is Denis' year. I think we talked about it in our first episode. We really wanted Denis there. I think Dune Part 2 is still in my favorite movie of the year. It's a lot of our friends' top 5s of the year, but it's like he didn't get in Part 1. And the Oscars isn't prone to being always like, hey, we got to reward this guy because we missed him out last time. That's not the Oscars.
No.
They don't do like, oh, we made a mistake. Let's nominate him now. I just think Dune Part 2 is losing buzz. Unfortunately, it did come out earlier in the year, and it's really affecting this category most of all, Best Director. So I think Denis is very, very, very valuable.
This conversation would be so different if Dune Part 2 would have released in November.
1,000%. Even if this wasn't one of the most biggest Novembers of all time. But yeah, even if it came out like October, what came out this October? Venom Joker, Bomb. It's like, I think I would have definitely put Dune in.
Didn't the first Dune came out in October?
Yes.
I want to
say yes. I want to say so. But like your director lineup could easily be Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, which even though I don't love Emilia Perez, he's getting in everywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sean Baker, Edward Berger, that's 3. Brady Corbett, that's 4. Brady Corbett might be winning this category. And then 5 could just be Coralie Farge. And that could be it, guys. I don't think Payal Capaldi is getting nominated. We'll see what the DGA does. Directors Guild Awards does. But like,
I mean, honestly, other than the Jacques, I like this lineup a lot.
Me too. And I used to be very much like, I don't think Edward Berger needs to win for Conclave. But like, the more I see edits from the movie.
Clips.
The more I talk about the movie, I'm like, you know what, direction is pretty tight. It is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind Edward getting in there. I think it's improvement upon what I thought he did very well for his first movie, All Quiet on the Western Front. I think Conclave is a superior film. So yeah, again, this could be our top 5. I'm just preparing people for Denis not being there. Because if Denis is there, who do you take out? Do you take out Jacques Audiard, which the industry loves, Emilia Perez? I would, of course, but like the industry loves it more than Dune Part 2. Do you take out Sean Baker's in, Brady Corbett's in, Edward Berger might be vulnerable, but like the industry loved him for All Quiet, and they'll definitely love him for Conclave. And then Coralie, very vulnerable. We could have all male directors for the top 5, but Coralie is getting in everywhere it counts. She's winning more than Denis too at the Regional Critics Award too. Just today, Coralie RJ won. I think Seattle, I want to say Film Critics Society, I think won for Coralie. But yeah, okay, keep it going here. Best screenplay. By the way, I think Brady Corbett is winning that one. The best screenplay. I think Anora has this. A Real Pain can give it a shot, but I think Anora has this. I think this is a pretty good category. Again, Sing Sing not here.
Yeah,
it's just not here.
The one and only surprise that I could see is maybe the substance in terms of, I mean, maybe not so much in the Golden Globe, but once we go to the Oscars and stuff, like, like what's more original in terms of like, you know, how do you come up with this shit? I feel like the substance has a shot in that department, but ultimately I don't think it's winning.
I firmly have the substance in my best original screenplay as well. The Oscar, they go to Globes. I mean, they don't differentiate. They put everything in screenplay.
Yeah.
I think these are the highest contenders in each of their categories, minus Emilia Perez. But I think a lot of people are going for Anora here. Anora had been sweeping the original screenplay category, but Jesse Eisenberg for Real Pain could also very much win. Original score, not too many surprises here. I'm so happy for Trent Reznor.
The only good thing that the Golden Globes has over the Oscars, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, exactly. And it's confirmed now, if we didn't confirm it last month, but it is not eligible for a lot of most Academy, or definitely not for the Oscars, but I don't think it's even nominated for like BAFTA or stuff like that. So
yeah. Why didn't they do this last year for fucking Indiana Jones?
Right, that got in. Well, it's weird. I disagree with it. I think it sets a bad precedent in terms of like, hey, this is just a part 2 of the movie. I think there are some new scenes for different characters and different relationships that we added, but like, why would our whole score track change if it's part 2? I think it should still be eligible. It just sets a bad precedent for sequels in general.
And not only that, but you just sending a bad message of like, oh, composers are, you know, expendable.
Exactly. I think the win goes here for Brutalist. I keep that trailer for Brutalist. I saw it again in front of like something. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good. So I can't wait to watch the movie. Best song is going to El Mal for Emilia Perez. I think that's like the big win here.
Yeah,
for Emilia Perez.
You don't want Kiss the Sky to win?
I like the song. I like the moment in the movie, but it's not winning. Yeah, no. Right, let's keep going here. And everything else is TV. Okay, let's go faster with Critics' Choice here, because a lot of the same things. Oh, that was quick. Edgar got that laptop. Nice, love it. Guys, could this be our best picture top 10? A Complete Unknown gets in over A Real Pain. Sing Sing is in here. Substance is in here. Wicked's in here. Nickel Boys is firmly in here. This could easily be our top 10 for the Oscar. But I think really want A Real Pain.
Yeah, I think the 3 big maybes are Nickel Boys, The Substance, and A Complete Unknown. I could easily see one of those miss and, you know, A Real Pain get in.
Agreed. Don't be wait. Say that again. Say that. What do you think can miss?
A Complete Unknown or Nickel Boys or The Substance or A Real Pain.
For sure, I agree with you. Substance is still vulnerable because it just is. It's a horror movie, but it's getting in where it counts. Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, A lot of these regional critics are nominating Substance like it's firmly in there. Substance is getting nominated more so than A Real Pain, more so than like Sing Sing. Like the Substance is doing very, very well. Coral Leaf RJ doing very, very well. I am firmly putting it in my top 10. I have it over likes of Sing Sing, over A Complete Unknown. But I would rather have A Real Pain than A Complete Unknown. I think A Real Pain is just one of the fantastic, one of the best movies I've seen all year. It's just, I'm watching A Real Pain. I talked about it in our last Oscar episode and in our November recap. But I'm watching this like, I think this is a movie that in a few years from now, I can just turn on A Real Pain. And just one of those cozy movies that takes us back to
movies.
like the 90s. You just put on a not a rom-com, but just like put on a good drama. You're like, man, they don't make movies like this anymore. I think you'll feel that way about A Real Pain, where their dynamics, their conversations just feel so genuine and natural. I think that's what makes A Real Pain, the script, so special. It just feels so natural while unearthing these vulnerabilities between the two main characters. But again, I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, so I'm biased towards A Real Pain. But that could easily be your top 10 Best Picture lineup if you want to remove A Real Pain.
Yeah.
Just preparing people. For Best Actor, we talked about it. That's a tight 5. And then you get to Hugh Grant. I don't think that's happening, but this top 5 of Adrian, Timothy, Daniel, Coleman, Rafe, that's your top 5. I believe so. I firmly believe that's your top 5. Hugh Grant was fun to, talk about, but like, and it's a really fun choice for critics to do because I really like Heretic. I'm a weirdo. But man, it's a great movie. I would love for some Chloe East nominations. I think she was one of the most surprising performances of the year for me. I watched the movie like, whoa, she's great, and I forgot she was in Fablemans. But yeah, she was really great here. I watched her career with great interest. But yeah, I think again, this is your top 5 with Adrian Brody winning here as well. Also, we didn't talk about it, but I think the winner for Best Picture at the Critic Choice here, I think it's Anora. I'm going with Anora.
Yeah.
They did throw a Wicked and Conclave party. Both came out here with, I think, 11 nominations. But I think I think Conclave could be nominated and win. Anora could be nominated and win, but like
aren't Conclave and Wicked like the most nominated this year by the critics?
Yes.
Choice?
Also, I've been reading some of the comments, by the way, that you've been missing. Sincerely said Dune Part 3. They really want people wait for Dune Part 3. Dune Part 2 and Wicked will get Oscar nominations. People are really hyped for Conclave and Anora.
A lot of people. Torres. Yeah, Fernando Torres. There you go.
Fernando
I still haven't
Torres.
seen the movie.
I want to, because I think I've been hearing so many great things. So everybody continue leaving comments. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe on the video. Make sure people are talking about the indescribable feeling. That indescribable feeling. Share the video. Share the link on X. You'll never hear me say that again. On Twitter, guys. Best Actress, though. This is where things get interesting.
Yep.
Mikey's here. I think she's winning. Angelina Jolie's here. People have been asking, is Angelina Jolie vulnerable? Maria's not getting nominated for Best Picture. We know that. But like, wait, was Angelina Jolie in the Golden Globes? I think she was.
Yeah, she was for drama.
She was. Okay. So like, is Angelina Jolie vulnerable? No. I don't think she's vulnerable in the slightest. I still have her in my top 3. I think she's getting in.
Yeah, I don't think Jolie is any more vulnerable than Craig is for Queer.
Agreed.
Because those movies aren't really going to get much besides just the main actor categories. So,
but like, look at this list, dude. Cynthia, Carla, Marianne, which again, Marianne's getting a lot of love from critics. They love Hard Truths, or at least they love her performance in Hard Truths. I haven't heard a lot of praise for the movie overall, but I heard she is fantastic. Mikey and Demi Moore for Substance, she got in the Golden Globe. She got in here. She's getting in a lot of places. My top 5 would have to be a lot of this minus Marianne. But I feel like Marianne could easily get in. And if she does get in, who do you take out? Cynthia? Demi? It would have to be Demi, which I wouldn't want to happen. But like, I would be fine. I wouldn't. I'd be heartbroken if Demi Moore doesn't get in. But like, I'll be fine if Demi Moore doesn't get in if Substance gets in for Best Picture and Best Director. Then I can take the brunt being like, oof,
Yeah.
it's okay that Demi Moore didn't get in. At least he got in for Best Picture and Director and Screenplay and Makeup. But like, I don't know. I really want Demi Moore to get in, but I agree with people thinking Marianne could also get in here. We'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, I think Mikey Madison's winning this category easily. Best supporting actress, actor. Yura, he's in here again. I think all tides raise ships. I think I finally got the phrase right. I think Yura is just rising with the Anora praise in the Anora wave. So I think Yura's in, Kieran in, Edwards, or Guy Pearce is in, Denzel's in. Edward and Clarence. Yeah. They're weird for me. If I had to guess, remove Edward Norton, and that's your top 5. Or, like I talked about previously, remove Clarence Macklin, and that's your top 5.
When does the Oscars, the nominations get announced? Do we know yet?
January.
It's a beginning, middle, and
let me get a firm date on that Oscar nomination.
I'm just asking because I'm wondering about when does Sing Sing get its re-release?
Early January.
Okay. I don't know if that would be enough to give Clarence a boost over Edward Norton, because I mean Edward Norton has had the advantage of critics seeing the movie early. The movie's gonna come out like in about a week or so. People will be talking about him more so than Clarence, but I mean, again, I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, but I really want Clarence to get in.
Nominations announcement is January 17th, Friday, January 17th. I might call off work that day so I can. I'm very much anticipating that. The voting nominations begin January 8th.
Okay.
I think that's like around the same time as Sing Sing getting
Sing Sing re-release. Yeah.
I think it's like the first or second week in January. Which, by the way, guys, January 2025 is looking very stacked for your Oscar reruns and for new releases.
The Wolfman, anybody?
Wolfman, Den of Wolves. Den of Wolves, right? Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves, yeah.
And then other stuff. But anyways, so I think, like you're saying, those two things can connect. But I'm worried for Clarence, guys, so I'm preparing myself for the worst. Denzel also could easily just drop out, and that could be your top 5. I wouldn't be upset if Denzel makes it and Clarence. If Denzel gets out and Clarence makes it in, I wouldn't be upset.
Honestly, that would probably be the best case scenario.
Yeah, I hear Edward Norton's really good.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see for that. Best supporting actress. The happiness comes from Margaret Qualley. I'm so happy she got in here. And she's winning places. Again, I think like Seattle, someplace. I think she won twice today from regional critics. I'm just so happy for Margaret Qualley, which I think is a truly supporting performance. If you really want to get into it, Zoe's a lead, Ariana's basically the lead. Rossellini's too small of a performance. But I hear Audrey Ellis and Daniel Delbart are also good supporting performances too. But this is a very contentious category. Who's locked in here? Ariana and Zoe. That's about it.
Like we said earlier, it's just between those two, and everybody else could be a toss-up.
Everybody else could be a toss-up. But yeah, I still think Zoe Saldana has a shot. I think Critics' Choice will go for Ariana, though, unlike Golden Globes. I think Critics' Choice would definitely go for Ariana. She's been winning most of the critics groups. But yeah, if I had to assume here, I think that my top 5 personally would be Ariana, Zoe, Margaret, Daniel Deadweiler, and the 5th spot, I'm taking out Isabella Rossellini and just putting in Audrey Ellis. I don't think they nominate Selena Gomez. I don't think that's happening anymore.
No.
But like, oh, sorry, no. I missed a person, guys. We missed Felicity Jones did not get nominated here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't want to blame on that. That was a surprising one. But as you were saying, for Brutalist, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I think you said she appears in the second half of the film.
She's in the second half, and I mean, I would say she's much more present in the movie than Isabella is.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm surprised why she didn't make it in. Why Isabella made it in instead of Felicity for this awards party.
Like we said, this Critics' Choice, for some reason, they threw a Conclave and Wicked party. And Conclave, that included Isabella Rossellini. I think let's put in Felicity Jones. I think she gets in over. I think I would have her higher than Isabella. I would have her higher than Ingenue Ellis. I don't think Ingenue Ellis is happening for the Oscars. I think it's Felicity Jones instead of there. Best Young Actress. I'm very happy for the girl from Furiosa, Aaliyah. If that's how you say it.
Alila?
Alila.
I don't know.
Lila Brown, but she was amazing in Furiosa.
Everybody in this list is great. I haven't seen Janet Planet, but all of them I've seen. My choice would be Macy Stella for my old ass.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. I rewatched My Old Ass with my brother and his girlfriend, and I think Macy Stella is just fantastic. I love that movie so much, guys. It's a great movie. I think 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movie. Isaac Wong also really great in Dee Dee.
Yeah, I feel
Elliot,
like
really great in Blitz.
Yeah, I feel like if My Old Ass was a bigger hit in theaters, I think that would have made Macy a bigger star, like a breakout star.
I agree. I'm willing for her to win. By the way, I don't know who's going to win. I don't think Furiosa is getting a win here, even though I think she's great. I don't know about Blitz. Blitz is kind of like a dead movie.
Yeah, I think it's between Isaac and Macy.
I haven't
seen Janet Planet again, but
and Alicia Weir from Abigail. We talked about Abigail earlier in the year. She's great, phenomenal in Abigail. Abigail is so much fun. And that's because of Alicia. But yeah, that's acting ensemble. Anora, Conclave, Emilia, Perez, SNL, Sing Sing, Wicked. I'm happy Sing Sing got in here at least. Got some love here. But I think that on some award, it's been usually from critics groups, it's been going to Conclave. Because they just love their Ray Fiennes, they love their Tooch. It's a big cast of like people there in Conclave. I would love for Sing Sing to win here.
Yeah.
Anora, I was shocked it got in. That just goes for Anora's strength. Because I'm not shocked, but like Anora has like of course Mackie Madison, Yura, and then like the Three Stooges. Mark Edelstein. Mark Edelstein's the boyfriend. But then you have like Torres, the guy who plays Torres, the guy who throws up in the car, I forget his name. The mother is great, the father is great. Like Anora has a sneakily great ensemble cast. But
the people from the club.
Yeah, usually you just look at Anora and think of just like Yura and Mikey, but like the boyfriend's really good. The son of me is really good. So Anora just has a very sneakily great nomination. Best director.
They got our boy.
Denis. Yeah, you can always count on Critics' Choice to support Denis Villeneuve. Thank God. Apparently, this got the same nominations as Dune Part 1. And same number, I think, which is like about 8 or 9 or something like that. But good for Denis. I hope it happens. John M. Chu. I used to be scared of him in Best Director. I don't think he's happening anymore. I don't think John M. Chu is happening. But we'll see what DGA. If DGA puts John M. Chu in, then we'll have to start rethinking things. But DGA happens in January, I think.
He'll be fine with his little interview with Sean Levi.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But Brady Corbett's winning this category. We talked about it already. I think Sean Baker, Jacques Audiard, Aubrey Berger, Brady Corbett, Coralie Farge, Ramel Ross, though, has been getting a lot of nominations for Nickel Boys. He could also get in. There's only a top 5 here for the Oscars, right?
5.
We didn't even talk about Ramel Ross. Wow, I'm an idiot. For Golden Globes. I think Ramel Ross is a definite possibility. He's been getting in a lot of. He won Best Director at the New York Film Critics Society. He won. I think he won at the Gotham too. Like Ramel Ross has been winning more than a lot of people on here besides Sean Baker and Brady Corbett. He might have won more than Sean Baker. We'll see. But Ramel Ross is getting in a lot of places. And if you want to put him in for Best Director, like who do you take out? Let me look at my. Like Ramel Ross could get in over Denis, over Edward Berger.
Do you still have Denis on your list?
I do, but it's like he's at like 5.
Yeah, he's my 5. He used to be my 3. I moved it to 5.
I don't think I updated it actually. Let me go to Best Director. Okay. But yeah, I think I need to put Ramel Ross in here. Actually, let me take out Edward Berger. I could take out Berger, take out Denis, and put in Ramel Ross, and put in back in Jacques Audiard. Because I argued against Jacques Audiard in our November episode.
Yeah, me too.
But I think Jacques Audiard is getting in where it counts, and I think the industry list loves Emilia Perez. So I'm putting it back in. I'm taking Jacques over Denis, and I'm putting Ramel over Edward, maybe. Man, I don't know.
I feel like Coralie has a better chance of getting director than Denis. I don't think she's as vulnerable as people make her out to be.
I think Coralie's tight in there now, which is just crazy to think about, but I'm happy. Again, I said, like, if Denis doesn't get in, it's going to suck. But if Coralie can be the replacement,
I'll take it.
I'll take it. It's just like I'm watching Substance. I'm like, that's just a phenomenal direction, phenomenal editing and Substance. Like, wow. So yeah. Best original screenplay here. Sean Baker, Anora. September 5 makes it in at the Critics' Choice. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that is
over Sing Sing. Or no, Sing Sing will be adapted. Sorry, but but I think what's missing here? A Real Pain gets it in. Substance Challengers, Sean Baker.
Let me double check. Is this original, right? Or
yeah, just original. I forget what people were looking for.
Hard Truth.
Hard Truth could have been a nomination here. History Daughters. Yeah, I guess September 5 makes sense for the top 6, but it's definitely 6. So people are thinking like, oh, should I put September 5 at best original screenplay? It's possible. I think you should maybe put September 5 in your original screenplay. Because I don't think, because I was still fighting for Challengers, but like I think Challengers is just not happening this year. As much as I really want it to happen. Golden Globes, of course, nominated it. Critics' Choice nominated it, but like I don't know if Challengers is going to go the distance.
I'm surprised Challengers didn't get more for critics. The critics love that movie.
Me too, and I think that's why I'm lowering down Challengers in my predictions. In all my predictions, if the critics can go for Challengers in like Best Picture or whatever stuff like that, they'll go for September 5 and the Complete Unknown stuff like that. Then yeah, my Challengers predictions have to take a dip here. So that's why when it comes to the Oscars, I wouldn't repeat this category. I think I would just cut out Challengers and keep that category. I think September 5th. But look, if September 5th gets an editing nomination, gets a screenplay nomination, be wary of that Oscar nomination. Be wary. But adapted, there's Sing Sing, there's Dune, there's Conclave, Wicked. People have been saying for Wicked to possibly win Best Picture, it'll have to be the rare musical to get an adapted screenplay nomination. That didn't happen for West Side Story. It didn't happen for historically just a lot of musicals. So historically, musicals don't get the adapted screenplay nomination. And I think that might be the case again this year. I think Jacques Audiard's getting in, Sing Sing getting in, Nickel Boys, Conclave, Dune. I think they're all getting in for adapted screenplay. I don't know about Wicked. I just don't know about Wicked. I wouldn't be surprised if it does because Wicked is getting a lot of love this year. But like, I would have Wicked at 6 and Emilia Perez at 5. I know people like the script is the weakest part of Emilia Perez, and I agree. But again, if the industry likes Emilia Perez, I have to slide Emilia Perez back in certain categories.
Yeah,
director is one of them, and adapted screenplay is one of them.
I have Emilia Perez over Dune Part 2. That's how bad things have been.
Oh, no. But I wouldn't blame you, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Wicked and Emilia Perez gets in, and Dune is the one that gets, unfortunately, taken out there. But Dune Part 1 got in for Part 1. And I think they'll repeat for Part 2. I think so. But I don't mind that prediction. But cinematography.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. I wouldn't be surprised if Nosferatu gets in over all the Oscars. But Nosferatu.
I think it's my 5. Yeah.
Wicked in here is crazy.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know about that one, Chief, either. The Brutalist. I should have named Lowell Crawley. Interesting name. Stephanie for Conclave. Greg Fraser for Dune. I think that's a lock. Jomo Frey. Nickel Boys. I think that's a lock, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I feel like this could be like R5. I feel like Nosferatu, The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2. I would have to choose Nickel Boys over Wicked, but even then, I don't.
I think the cinematography is the biggest
Yeah,
adoration for Nickel Boys.
but
It's such a
also,
unique cinematography.
yeah, but also maybe this is just like a personal thing, but how the fuck do you not nominate Maria for cinematography?
Great point.
Have you seen
Great
Maria,
point.
by the way?
It came out. Did not see it. I saw Carry On though. What a great movie on Netflix.
It is pretty good.
That's also on the list to watch for sure. I've heard phenomenal things about Maria's cinematography. It's one of the most highly rated cinematographers in the industry. I forget his name right now, but he's very old, and we talked about it last time on our podcast. Maria has a world-renowned cinematographer working on it. Could he be snubbed? The answer is yes, because just unfortunately is not in a lot of Best Picture nominations here. But yeah, that makes sense. We'll talk about cinematography in a second here. The production design: Brutalist, Wicked, Conclave, Nosferatu, Dune Part 2, Gladiator. This is a very great list. I think it's just all around really great. Who do you take out from here for the Oscar?
Gladiator. Easily.
Gladiator. They built a Coliseum. They built Rome.
They build the fucking what's it called for Conclave? The Vatican.
Vatican. There we go.
There you go. And Nosferatu is just fucking gorgeous to look at. Honestly, it fucking pains me to say this, but other than maybe Gladiator and Conclave, I think Dune could be. I mean, okay. If we're talking about Colosseums and like gladiator arenas, which one do you want to go with, Dune or Gladiator?
Dune, but I think Dune is firmly in here. I think Gladiator and Nosferatu are the ones on the bubble. Nosferatu because it's a horror movie and a lot of people just aren't going to watch Nosferatu. I would love for Nosferatu to get in here. I think I heard how they built the castle was fantastic.
Yeah,
but
I think the biggest thing that Nosferatu has going for is the technical stuff. I think the ones where it really has a shot, it's in production design, costumes, maybe hair and makeup.
Everything you just said though can go to Gladiator 2 as well. Yeah. Even if you don't love Gladiator, they built an entire Coliseum. The behind the scenes for Gladiator is really appealing and very interesting. But I think it's definitely between Gladiator or Nosferatu. One of them is missing the cut. The other four are locked, I think. Dune, Wicked, Conclave, Brutalist. You might not like the look of Wicked, but watch that behind the scenes look at Wicked, and you're like, oh shit.
Incredible stuff.
Incredible stuff. So, and then Brutalist, of course, is locked in here as well.
Keep checking, I'll be back.
Cool. I'll keep on talking. Best editing. What do we got here? Sean Baker for Anora. Very happy that's in here. I think Anora has some great editing. Guys, why aren't people nominating the substance in this category? If they love the substance so much, if they love it in Best Director, if they love the substance in Best Picture, if they love the substance with Demi Moore, why the fuck are they not nominating it in a lot of these technical categories? I think substance should be getting in for stuff besides hair and makeup. It should be getting in for best contemporary costume. I love that orange coat, the yellow coat. I mean, it should be getting in for best editing. I keep going to one of my favorite scenes of the year, and it's like a funny clip, but when Demi Moore is making that chicken and she's going off and she's making fun of Margaret Qualley in the interview. It's one of my favorite scenes of the year. Precise, awesome, hilarious, great editing. It's just boom, 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 and it just intensifies the scene so much. And then you cut to Margaret Qualley looking at the mess. It's just what a fantastic movie. Anyways,
yeah, I was gonna say I'm so happy that Challengers made it here.
I'm also very happy that Challengers made it in here. But look, September 5 making it in for best editing. The one thing I keep hearing about September 5, which I probably won't see until January now. I keep hearing great editing. Great editing. Didn't like the movie, but great editing. I keep hearing that about September 5. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets in over Challengers, and that's your top 5. Dune, Brutalist, Conclave, Anora, September 5. That could easily be in. I've been lowering Challengers in a lot of nominations. I just don't see Challengers getting in for editing, even though I do love the nomination. So thank you, Critics' Choice, for doing it. I just don't trust the Academy to follow suit. So I think September 5 could be in for best editing. And I wouldn't be surprised. It's getting highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes as well. Costume design. So Tough Substance made the short list, but it's not on here. Maria makes sense. Wicked makes sense. Dune makes sense. Gladiator makes sense. Nosferatu, Conclave, they all make sense. What's the weak link here? Again, unfortunately, it might be Nosferatu or it could be Gladiator. Those are the 2 weak links in this category.
I could also see Maria missing this.
You think so?
I love the costumes in Maria, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, it is sort of a period piece, but if we were to pick one, I could easily see them go for Nosferatu.
Some people on Next Best Picture are dropping out Conclave. What do you think? Could Conclave also be vulnerable? They're just wearing the same thing?
Yeah.
So I think Conclave is definitely vulnerable September 5, or for costume at least. Conclave, Nosferatu, Gladiator. But
Gladiator also has the whole thing about it. We've already seen this before with the first one. I mean, I guess you could make the same argument for Dune, but I feel like that is a little bit more different because we see more of the cultures of the Fremen and also the Harkonnens. So
very true. Yeah, I think Dune's just locked. Gladiator 2 should be locked. I think the costumes are great in Gladiator Part 2. Gladiator 2. But yeah, Maria could also be a weakness there.
But can we at least agree that the winner is Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked winning this. Wicked winning this for sure. Hair and makeup. We know this one is winning. We know Substance, is winning. Substance is definitely winning here. Beetlejuice is locked in there. Dune Part 2, good. Nosferatu, good. Wicked, good. People are like, is Wicked going to be nominated for Best Hair and Makeup? They just colored her green. But yeah, guys, Wicked's definitely getting it. The hairstyles alone are unique for Oz, for the people of Oz. A Different Man getting in there. I think Different Man's getting in for the win as well. What could be left out?
I feel like
Dune. Yeah, maybe Dune here. I think I wouldn't mind seeing Dune drop from here. I like Nosferatu. I like Substance. Beetlejuice. Great. Jalen watched that, by the way. He liked Beetlejuice more than the first one. He watched both this weekend for the first time. I think I still prefer the first one. But anyways, the hair and makeup Beetlejuice is really, really good. Just a lot of every character in that movie is filled with hair and makeup. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dune gets left out here. Dune Part 1 did make it in here last time, though. But again, this year there's a lot more competition. Visual effects, they nominated everything that needs to be here. Dune, Kingdom Planet of the Apes, Better Man's getting in there easily. Wicked, you might not like the visual effects, but I think it's getting in there. And Gladiator 2. Substance getting in for visual effects is wild, but I like it. I wouldn't be upset if that got in. And yeah, I think Dune Part 2 is winning this, right? Yeah.
What do I have? Let me see.
I think Dune Part 2 could win this. Don't forget to leave a comment, guys. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe.
You know what? Even though I don't think it's happening, but I wouldn't be upset if it does. If either Better Man or Substance misses and you get Alien Romulus in there.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I love the visual effects in Alien Romulus.
I would much rather have all of these movies in over Mufasa.
Oh, for sure. I think critics in industry is not going for Mufasa this year in anything. So yeah, I think Better Man is getting in though. But yeah, I think Substance is not. Anyways, animated feature, we talked about it already. I said the locked top 5. Comedy, foreign language, everything else we already talked about. I think comedy goes to a real pain because for some reason that wasn't nominated in the Best Picture. It's still weird to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, foreign language. I mean, Perez is winning here. Watch out for Seed of the Sacred Fig or Are We Mad in Delight. Best song, very similar to the Golden Globes. Nothing big there. Compressed getting in, or Repressed getting for challengers. Interesting. And then
got in for Golden Globes too.
Yeah, best score. We talked about that already. I'm glad Hans Zimmer is in, but he's not making it in future places. And Daniel Bloomberg, get ready for a lot of your speeches because I think the Brutalist is winning. So yeah, that's about it. Let's end our podcast the last 10, 15 minutes here talking about our nominations. So we'll just watch Edgar's and now talk about mine through Edgar's nominations. Actually, let me pull mine up. I haven't put up them on here.
So my Best Picture is basically about the same as the critics one, except I have a real pain over, I believe, Nickel Boys.
But yeah, you have a real pain over Nickel Boys. I think Nickel Boys is making it in.
Over what?
Over what though? I think Nickel Boys is more locked in than like a real pain and complete unknown. So I have everything besides a complete unknown. I'm staying hesitant over a complete unknown. I have a real pain at 10 and Nickel Boys at 9. Everything else is similar to yours. Substance is at 8. I think Substance is just locked in there. Do the critics have Substance in their top 10? I don't know if they do.
No, I think so. They I can double check.
Let me count here. Anora 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Substance is their 10. Their 11th is a complete unknown, and their 12th is September 5. I think that's your top 12 right there. September 5 is, I think, high enough to be in that 12th spot, but I don't know if the Academy will go for that.
Yeah.
But again, I just think Real Pain on the edge. I would want it to get in, but watch out for a complete unknown taking one of these spots. And that's just for me. But for you, I think that makes sense. I like that list. Best Director. Brady Corbett is winning this, I think, between him and Sean Baker. Corley, I think, is firmly in there. I'm so happy. Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, I think, firmly in there. Denis Villeneuve, I'm holding strong. You're holding strong. No international from Sincerely Ujo. No international. I'm Still Here is doing good. I think for the Academy this year, I think they're getting their international appeal with Emilia Perez, which might not seem like super international because it's such a a lot of it takes place in around the world. But like,
I mean, wouldn't it be too international though with Crowley too? Oh,
good point. Substance is technically like a UK kind of thing, even though it's like, yeah.
Wasn't she French or something?
She's French. Yeah. Is she? Yeah, I think she is French. But I think Sincerely, I think you're talking about Best Picture, not Best Director. Because I think the I'm Still Here director could come in over Denis. But I think over Denis here is Ramel Ross. I think Ramel Ross for director is over Denis Villeneuve, and that's your top 5. And then for Best Picture, I do not think I'm Still Here is making it in Best Picture. I just don't right now. I would have to see a lot more nominations in future awards bodies for me to get that in there. So yeah, again, the big topic for Best Director is Denis. Unfortunately, we're at the same place we were last year. At least last time we were surprised. We were just beyond shocked.
Yeah, we thought he was a lock. Also because there was not a lot of competition.
There wasn't, exactly. But now we've prepared ourselves. We're 3 months or we're 1 month away from nominations, and we're preparing for the worst. And again, for me, I have Denis out, and I'll just put Ramel Ross in there for Best Director. I think he's firmly in there. And then Denis and Jacques Audiard are on the bubble. Best Actress, Mikey Madison should just be running away with this. Angelina Jolie, I agree with you. She's in there. Carla, Sophia, Gascon, firmly in there. Demi Moore, in there. Instead of Nicole Kidman, in there. I think for my Best Actress, this is where things get interesting. This is a stacked categories, ladies and gents. And for my Best Actress, Mikey Madison, Angelina, Demi Moore, Carla, and I'm taking out Nicole Kidman, putting in Cynthia. Could it be that easy? Could that be it? Or could Fernanda Torres pop in here? Can Marianne Jean-Baptiste from Hard Truths, who's getting a lot of nominations, could she pop in there? Definitely possible. Can Cynthia get out again? Can she lose and go in and get in over could she get out and Marianne take Cynthia's spot? So like it's possible. There's a lot of competition here in a stacked category. Or could they just go for Nicole Kidman because they love Nicole Kidman? We saw what happened with
being the Ricardos.
Baptiste won 8. Sincerely Ujo said Baptiste won at 8 places from critics, 1 from the original critic. So Baptiste is in a lot of conversations. But sincerely, I would. Where would you put Baptiste at instead of somebody else? Definitely over Nicole. But like, if you put Nicole out, then you're taking away Cynthia Erivo. Like, you take away Cynthia Erivo over Marianne Jean-Baptiste. I don't know right now. Wicked's on a rise. Marianne Jean-Baptiste would be the only nomination for Hard Truths. Could she get in over people that are in other categories? Movies that are in over other categories. I just don't know. But Marianne Jean-Baptiste, if you're predicting her, keep on predicting her, because I think it's very likely. She's very likely to get in. It just would have to mean bye-bye Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Bye-bye Cynthia.
Do you think the top 3 are the locks?
Mikey, Angelina, and Carla? I think so. I'm not losing faith in Angelina Jolie. People are like, well, they didn't like Maria. Nobody's watching Maria. Nobody's talking about Maria. Doesn't matter. It's Angelina Jolie. I think people who watched it once are like, wow, this is her best performance yet. So I think Angelina is just in there. And I'll keep on thinking that. But I think Mikey's winning this. For sure. And again, the biggest thing is Saoirse Ronan is gone. Saoirse Ronan, unfortunately, is gone.
R.I.P.
And again, I'll just say it again for the I'm Still Here people. Fernanda Torres has a chance to get in. Won't be surprised. Sincerely said they'll take out Demi Moore in their predictions. Makes sense. Will they consider Gascon though? You think they are open like that? The Academy? I think they are. I think Carla Sofia's Gascon. I think they'll definitely get her in with the new Academy.
Yeah, 10 years ago, maybe not.
10 years ago, maybe not. Exactly. Yeah, but I think the new Academy would definitely support Carla being the first trans woman to be in Best Actress. Please, I need that to happen. I would love for that to happen. And hopefully the Academy lets that happen. Okay, Best Actor. This is it, guys. Yep, I think mine's a different order. I think I have Adrian. Yeah. I have Adrian, then Timothy, then Coleman, then Rafe, and then Daniel Craig. But this is your top 5. And I think that's pretty firm. Adrian Brody, I don't know if he's going to sweep, because I don't know what SAG's going to do. But, like, I think Adrian Brody's winning BAFTA. People are like, maybe Rafe Fiennes can win BAFTA, and that can be his trajectory. But I think Adrian Brody is winning these. Oscar, I think he's winning BAFTA. I think he's winning Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. He could win all 4 major awards bodies. I just think I think Adrian Brody I think he got the goods. I have not seen it. I'm very excited to see it. I'll have to wait till the new year to see it though. And then Daniel Craig, I got to watch Queer. Have you already seen Queer?
No, I'm gonna try to see it by the end of the week.
Yeah, I think SAG might go. I think didn't last year Paul Giamatti win for SAG over Cillian Murphy?
I think so.
Happened. Yeah. People were like, "Oh shit, could Paul Giamatti win for holdovers?" And it was never going to happen. It was a SAG thing. But usually the SAG trajectory for Best Actor is like up and down, but for Best Actress it's very tight. But again, I think even if Adrian loses to like Coleman at SAG or Timothy, if Timothy wins SAG, I'll be like, oh, I'll be getting nervous. But like, I don't know if he will. I think the battle between Adrian and Timothy, I just don't see Ray Fiennes winning for Conclave. It's a very subdued performance.
Yeah, but again, it is rising. In a perfect world, I think Domingo would be the one out of these 5 who would be given Adrian the most competition. But yeah, that movie's on a limbo right now. We'll see what happens after the re-release.
For critics wins, it's Brody with 7 wins versus Domingo with 5 wins. Fiennes only has 1, or will only have 1 with BAFTA, says Sincerely. I think that very much could happen. I think BAFTA could definitely go for Rafe Fiennes over Brody, or Brody can just sweep there as well. What's it called? But yeah, I think Domingo having 5 wins is very strong for his chances. I'm very happy for Domingo. But Conclave overall, I think, just has a higher buzz. But Coleman is in the top 3. Supporting actress, a chaotic category. Zoe Ariana, you're locked. Congratulations, you're getting the Oscar nomination. Zoe, could you get your first Oscar nomination for Zoe? Would be crazy, because she's been in so many great big movies. I guess not a lot of big dramas, but like it's Zoe Saldana. And I still have her. Oh, did you put her at number 1? Did you change your? Did you have Ariana in November?
No, I think I've always had Zoe at number 1.
Okay.
That was Josh.
That was Josh. Okay. So again, if people are watching this, the bet we have right now is Josh, our other co-host. He wants to do Ariana. I said Zoe for the win, and whoever wins is losing $25. I do not think Ariana's winning here, but Ariana's been winning a lot of awards bodies. Sincerely, do you know the number that Ariana's been winning at so far for critics groups? Let me pull up my critics group list here. It's just you never know with this category. The best supporting actress, Grande has 5 right now. Qualley has 4, and Deadweiler has 3. That's what we have so far. Grande has 5. She's winning, but Margaret Qualley has 4, which is crazy. Crazy.
I'm gonna have to switch somebody for her.
Take out Monica. I with a complete unknown not doing that, strong besides your people, I would put Margaret Qualley in here. Man, they have that. Gold Dopey has Selena below or above Margaret. Come on, guys.
It's not happening. It was never gonna happen.
Selena is not happening.
I don't know why people bought into the hype.
I was nervous about it before I saw Emilia Perez. I'm like, oh, they could go 2 for 2 here, or they could go two people, but I don't think so. Right now, it's again Grande at 5, Qualley at 4, Deadweiler at 3. Deadweiler also vulnerable, arguably more vulnerable than Margaret. But man, who do you take out of this list? Let's see. Gold Derby, that's the Gold Derby right there.
Yeah.
Next best picture is doing Zoe, Ariana, Felicity, Isabella Rossellini, and Deadweiler. I just don't know about Rossellini. Will I be surprised come Oscar morning if Rossellini gets in there based off of the strength of Conclave? No, I wouldn't be surprised. Gold Derby has her as high as 3. I just don't know. I would much prefer Margaret Qualley. I would much prefer Margaret Qualley. Yeah, Ariana has 7 wins now. Yeah. Or Ariana, sorry, has 7 wins now, not 4. So she won a couple today that I didn't count. So yeah, if people want to put in Isabella Rossellini over Margaret Qualley, that makes sense. If you want to put in Rossellini over Deadweiler, that can make sense. Deadweiler, Qualley are on the bubble. Hopefully Felicity Jones isn't, because I love Felicity Jones in a lot of her past works, and I hear she's great in the Brutalist, so hopefully she stays in here. I think she will be. I think she'll be fine. Supporting actor, Kieran, Guy Pearce, Yura, Denzel. Oh, next best picture is not doing Clarence Macklin. They're not. You have Clarence Macklin at 5. I have Denzel at 5. This is tough, guys.
Yeah.
Because Edward Norton's a very likely person.
He's
I think that's
just
it.
right there.
He's just right there. And I think he can come in over Clarence. I think he can come in over Denzel. But I don't know. I think Denzel's in. The industry loves Denzel.
Yeah.
I think Clarence might be the vulnerable one.
Yeah. I mean, Denzel is the male equivalent of fucking Meryl Streep. So
yeah, he'll get in everywhere. Man, I don't want Clarence to lose out. But Edward Norton's just getting in. He got in at Golden Globes over Clarence Macklin. That's surprising. Man, I wouldn't. That would be so. I didn't even think it was an option to take Clarence Macklin out. But again, guys, just keeping you with the times, keeping you with the updates. Clarence Macklin, very, very, very vulnerable. Edward Norton is very likely to get in over Clarence. But I'm with Edgar. I'm holding strong. I'll keep Clarence in. and I'll keep Edward Norton out. I could be making a mistake, but for right now, I'll have Clarence over Edward. But that's it. That's your top 6. So whatever order you want, I think that's your top 6.
Yeah. Moving on. What's next?
What's next here?
Adapted screenplay.
Yeah, even Sincerely said from nomination numbers, that's the top 5 in terms of nominations.
Could Wicked get in?
Real quick, Sincerely, who from nomination numbers, is that top 5 including Clarence or Edward Norton? If you want to clarify that. But for what is it, screenplay? Yeah, I think Conclave got this. I think Conclave getting its one win come Oscar night will be in this category. And I think people would cheer because they love Conclave, and this will be its one win. Best adapted screenplay, even though I would give it to Sing Sing, because I want Sing Sing to get up there. And apparently, if Sing Sing gets up there, like I think Coleman was involved in the screenplay, so Coleman, if he doesn't win Best Actor, could get in for screenplay or could like walk up and talk about the screenplay, kind of like when was it The Five Bloods or the one Spike Lee movie that won Best Adapted Screenplay? It was the one with Adam
Black
Driver.
Klansman.
Black Klansman. That was a great win because even if Black Klansman wasn't winning Best Picture, even if Spike Lee wasn't winning Best Director, we got to give him up there on the stage to talk about Black Klansman for screenplay. So yeah, I really want Sing Sing. So Sincerely said Edward Norton only has 4 noms and 1 win. No Norton for that top 5. Okay, just checking. Cool. But yeah, screenplay. I think this is it, guys. I have Wicked out of my top 5. I think this is it. But if Wicked gets in for best adapted screenplay, that's a good package because not a lot of musicals get that. And if it gets that, then people could get nervous for a Best Picture win for Wicked. Or not nervous. If you really love Wicked, you'd be happy that it's going to win Best Picture.
Yeah.
You never really know. I don't think that's happening, though. Because of the history of it all, I just don't think that's happening.
And if they're going to go for a musical in screenplays, it's going to be Emilia.
For what? Oh, for a musical. Yeah, for sure. It'll be Emilia.
Even though I don't love Wicked, but I do like it better than Emilia Perez.
I do, too. I really do. Sincerely says they have to consider Wicked for I think it's in popularity, and it lost to the Tony in 2004. That's interesting. I didn't know it lost to Tony in 2004. Who did it lose to? What did Wicked lose to? I always think of Wicked as this big Broadway juggernaut.
Original screenplay.
We talked about it. Anora's winning this. I would put A Real Pain over The Brutalist for chances, but The Brutalist is in the top 3 as well. Substance, get that nomination. Let's go. In my opinion, Substance should win. But I get it. Anora is a very crazy story, and I love its swings.
Hard Truth. That's vulnerable. September 5 could get in.
Got it. Okay, so Hard Truths over September 5. You know what? If Hard Truths gets a screenplay nom, then Marianne could definitely get in. Over somebody in Best Actress. Sincerely says Avenue Q won over Wicked in 2004. Interesting. Big upset there, the Tonys. Yeah, this is your top 6. I'm again, guys, I'm worried about September 5. And I don't want to say worried because I haven't even seen Hard Truths, but I think September 5 could sneak in over Hard Truths. Depending on which movie you like more, you could be happy, could be sad about that. But September 5, be on the lookout, guys. It's coming out wide, I think in January, but if you're in a select few cities, you might be able to see it as soon as this weekend.
Yeah. Ideally, challenges will be in the top 5, but that's not happening.
Ideally for sure. So thank you, Critics' Choice, for putting it in there, but yeah, it's not happening.
Cinematography.
Yeah, as we talked about it, Maria, Golden Globes, Gold Derby has it in here. You have it at high as well.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drop it just of one, right in the middle, but I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, I think Brutalist is winning this. I hear it's just gorgeous. Dune Part 2 is still in here. Maria, Conclave, Nosferatu in here for sure. but Nickel Boys could also very much be in here.
And Emilia Perez, if it
And Emilia
overperforms.
Perez, if it overperforms. So I would put Nickel Boys over Conclave for your predictions.
You would still have Nosferatu in yours?
I would have Nosferatu in mine.
Okay.
I would have Nosferatu. But no, man, this is hard. Because cinematography Emilia Perez is actually pretty good at parts. I think at parts with certain musical numbers, some of the camera direction in that is like very fascinating.
I think it's very hit or miss.
Okay, that's fair. Man, this is an interesting one as well, guys. I think you have to put in Nickel Boy. Just the way it's shot is like wow. I'm just watching the trailer for Nickel Boys. I'm like, how do they film this? So I would put that over Conclave for cinematography, even though cinematography in Conclave is very good. And then Nosferatu. Do you put in Nosferatu over Emilia Perez? Depends. Emilia Perez has more buzz. Is getting a Best Picture nomination. Most likely a Best Director nomination. That could extend for Best Cinematography. But Nosferatu just has also just a gorgeous looking movie as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is currently your top 6. And again, I think Conclave looks great, but I don't think it looks as unique as some of the other options.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And costume design, Wicked, yeah.
And sincerely says Nickel Boys is 15 nominations in cinematography. Nickel Boys 15. That's crazy. So yeah, again, I think Nickel Boys is getting in for cinematography. But costume design, Wicked winning. Congratulations to Wicked. The costumes are gorgeous. Maria, yes. Dune, yes. Brutalist, yes.
Oh, you agree with the Brutalist?
Oh, wait. The Brutalist is not in Gold Derby. Do I have it in mind? I haven't seen the movie. So what are the costumes? It's a period movie.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest issue that movie would run into, and same thing for Maria, is that both of them are not that separate from each other. I mean, they are like maybe like 15 or 20 years, but they're still like period pieces. So I could definitely see one or the other miss, and then you get it Gladiator 2 or a Beetlejuice in.
Yeah, I would let me see here.
But I'm gonna keep both of them just.
I would take out Brutalist. Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah. I didn't even have Brutalist in my predictions the first time. Yeah. I had Nosferatu, Maria, Gladiator, Dune, and Wicked winning. So yeah, I think costume design makes sense here. Beetlejuice is likely as well, as it says there. But Nosferatu, I would give it. So yeah, I had the same top 5 as Gold Derby. I think that's it. But Brutalist, we'll see. Yeah, they have Brutalist at 7 there. But yeah, I think it's a period costume, whatever. Editing. Could this go to Joe Walker again for Dune?
I would love to. That movie flies by. I rewatched it recently, like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that movie flies by.
You know, I still do not have like the 4K or Blu-ray for Dune Part 2.
Shame on you.
I asked for it for Christmas, so pops. I asked for Dune Part 2, Furiosa, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Those are my 3 wishes, and usually my dad pulls through. So hopefully I get those 3. Because I always wanted to have some Blu-rays from the favorite movies of the year, and I was looking at my list. I'm like, dang it, I can't get Substance because it's a movie thing. Sing Sing has no digital release yet. Hitman's Netflix. Long Legs, maybe. I've really much considered getting Long Legs.
Challengers,
like the physical for Challengers is not good. I think it's just like the basic. Then there's like no extras or anything.
Yeah.
So I might just stick with Amazon Prime for that. But yeah, editing. Anora has great editing. Brutalist, I hear, has good editing, but Brutalist editing might falter because of the runtime. And I think Dune Part 2 might transcend that because it just flies by. It's great. Sincerely, like, why do you have Emilia Perez everywhere? I'm sorry, the industry likes Emilia Perez.
I don't want Emilia Perez to be in any of these lists, but
Exactly. If this was our list, Emilia Perez isn't cracking half of these nominations. That's
Hell, even though I like Conclave a lot, it wouldn't even be in half of these nominations for me either.
I agree. Even I'm with you. I like Conclave again. We talked about my top movies of the year. Conclave is like in my number 20s, I think.
Yes, it's like 30 or 40 for me.
It's not in my top 10. I'm not over the moon about Conclave as much as people are, but I like it. It's a good movie. Sincerely says if September 5 does something, it will be in tech, maybe editing. And yeah, I think September 5 is getting a lot of editing nominations. Gold Derby doesn't even have it. Can you scroll down a little bit? Where's September 5 for them? Is it below Wicked? Yeah, of course. Substance should be in here, guys. Substance should be in editing. Why is it not in here?
It's right below.
It's so stupid. If this was me, I would put Substance in editing for sure.
Why is that one over in here?
That's wild. Emilia Perez should not be in for editing either. It shouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
But is it likelier than the other nominations, which would be Challengers and Wicked? Yes. Yeah. It just is. But watch out for September 5. September 5 could get in over Emilia, Challengers, and Wicked. So if you have September 5 as your 5th place instead of Emilia Perez, that's a good bet. That's a good bet to hold till Oscar morning, because I think that could happen, especially as September 5 starts to roll out in theaters around the same time as Oscar nominations start happening. So be wary of September 5 in this category specifically. But Gold Derby has Dune Part 2, which means Joe Walker winning again, because I think Joe Walker won for Best Editing for Dune Part 1.
That was the year that they didn't show the speeches. Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, that was awkward. But Dune Part 2, if it wins editing again, I hope so. I would love that. I would love that. I think the editing in Dune Part 2 is awesome, especially when Paul undergoes like his arc towards the end of the movie, the visions. A lot of the visions, the inner splicing there is very unique. Very good. So Gold Derby has Dune Part 2 winning. Who am I to argue? I think I still have Dune as my number 1. I have Dune my number 1. Brutalist is my number 2. Anora at 3. Conclave at 4. And Emilia at 5. I would love it if Challengers gets in, guys. I just don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening. And Wicked, yeah, you're not winning editing.
Again, even if this was my nominations, I would try to find a way to put Civil War somewhere here, because I think that movie's editing, it's fantastic. And again, like the fact that it manages to do so much in such a short runtime, I think that's a testament to the editing.
I agree. Did you see that trailer for Alex Garland's next? Like, he's co-directing a movie called Warfare.
I don't know about that one, Chief, but
it just looks like it's people in the Iraq War.
Yeah, and it's funny because one of the things that made Civil War different is that it was a war movie, obviously, but it was from the perspective of journalists, and it was actually trying to
say something.
Yeah, not only that, but like separates itself from like the point of view of a soldier and more like you're almost like your average Joe, which I feel like that's what really added to the movie. With Warfare, I don't know about it just feels like generic.
It feels so generic, but it's like it's in real time. You'll follow each second along with these people. It's like, okay, cool. I'm a sucker for a lot of military movies.
Yeah,
I like a lot of them. Do I love a lot of them? Not really.
No,
they're just usually just fine. For Alex Garland, I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something different. And I watch this, I'm like, this feels very not Alex Garlandy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. Next one. What is this? Hair and makeup. Yeah. Substance. You already won. Congratulations. Substance is winning this one, guys. Wicked. You'll get in. Beetlejuice. Definitely. A Different Man. I think Different Man's locked in here now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take Dune.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you have Beetlejuice over that. Yeah, I can see Dune not making it here. Which for hair and makeup, I wouldn't be shocked. The hair and makeup in Dune is really good. Again, like you said, the Fremen. But that's also can go into costumes.
Oh, you know what?
What?
The makeup in Emilia Perez at the beginning with Manitas, it's pretty damn good.
I agree. But hey, Are you nominating Emilia Perez everywhere?
And,
Everywhere?
I don't want to.
Oh, Sincerely says they'll go for Sasquatch Sunset. Far-fetched for sure. I have not seen that movie, but some people are putting that in like their favorites of the year. It might be too weird for me. A Sasquatch Sunset it might not be my kind of movie. But I don't think it's the Academy's movie either. I don't think it's even in their top 20. Or
Why is Saturday Night in makeup?
because they did so well with looking like the actors from the 70s, I guess. There's
Okay.
Sasquatch Sunset right there. Very, very much far-fetched. But yeah, Dune Part 2 might not make it in, or you can swap out Nosferatu. I think, yeah, the Gold Derby's swapping out Nosferatu and keeping in Dune as their fifth there.
I don't know. I think Nosferatu's makeup is more showy than Dune's.
I can't wait to see. I don't know, because from the trailers, I'm not seeing the makeup, but I got to see the count. See what it looks like. I cannot wait for it. And by the way, my dad, Jalen, and I, we usually go see a Christmas movie. He's like, "What's coming out this Christmas?" And I'm like, "We have 3 options: Baby Girl, A Complete Unknown, or Nosferatu." And I'm like, "Dad, Jalen and I cannot wait to see Nosferatu, but I'll take the L and see that the next day because I know my dad would not sit through Nosferatu."
I mean, would he sit through Baby Girl?
I think so. He watched the trailer. He was like, "Okay, I love Nicole Kidman, and this looks weird and crazy and fun."
Okay.
I think Baby Girl. I just hear people's reactions coming out of like I think it was TIFF or whatever. They said it was like a very fun, engaging movie where audiences were like oohing and awing and being like, "Oh wow, oh shit."
I mean, it makes sense from the same director from Buddies. So
Really, Body's doing Baby Girl?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I didn't know that. What? Okay. And I love Body's Bodies.
Yep. Same director.
Awesome. Okay, even more excited for Baby Girl. So yeah, I think my whole family is a big Nicole Kidman fan. So I think we'll go watch that. That seems like more audience fun time. And then Jalen and I can sit through like a 2-hour drama about sexual vampires.
But will you be watching it at Nicole's theater chain?
No. We go to Cinemark in this household. So yeah.
All right. Next one, real quick. I think the other ones are what? What is this? Production
we
design?
can breeze through this. We talked about it already. You have Wicked winning this. Congratulations, Wicked. I think so too. Wicked, Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, Conclave, and yeah, Gladiator 2 or Conclave here, or yeah, Nosferatu. Man, this is Sincerely says this is the hardest year for predictions. Usually for these texts, by now there will be some kind of consensus. But a lot of these 4s and 5s and texts is very up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gladiators should get in here for production design. They built a freaking Coliseum. But also, I hear Nosferatu's production design is very good.
Yeah.
And I hear Conclave. I don't hear it. I saw it. Conclave is very good. So I think Gold Derby has like 1, 2, 3, 4. They have Nosferatu missing out because again, it's a horror movie. We'll see what happens. But I think Nosferatu, like you said, could do well in these texts, and it could surprise over the likes of Conclave, over the likes of Gladiator 2, maybe. If I was you, I would keep, or let me just update my own. I would put going to production design, Dune Part 2, Wicked, or let me put Wicked at number 1 because I was not. This is before I saw Wicked, so now I'm putting Wicked at number 1, Dune at number 2, Gladiator at 3 for me, Brutalist at 4. I used to have Blitz in production design. Let me get that out of there.
That movie is dead.
It's dead in the water, and I put Conclave there instead. No, you know what? I'm going Nosferatu. I'm going with the guts, no glory. Nosferatu pick. Sight unseen. Nosferatu. But Nosferatu, guys, could easily just get blanked here at the Oscars. It could easily get blanked. I think the highest chance for Nosferatu
makeup
in makeup.
That's about it. Cinematography
is costume a chance. Costumes could be a chance for sure. Costumes, cinematography. Yeah.
All right, on to the next. What's
What's the
next?
next one here?
Score, Brutalist. Yeah, we talk about this. Yeah, it's pretty much a lot.
Yeah,
Except for challengers, but
yeah. Let me take my challengers out. Because right now, I used to have, as of November, I had Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Challengers, and Wild Robot. I am now taking Challengers out. I think Challengers is just dropping. Oh, wait, no. Oh, because Dune Part 2 is not here. So Challengers is in here.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say you're going to put The Room Next Door, Wicked.
Yeah, they have no options or no hope. No hope for Blitz anymore because sincerely, take Blitz out of every category. Take it out of everything. Take it out. Take Blitz out of every single category. If people have that nominated, it's dead. It's gone to sleep. Goodbye, Blitz. So September 5th is more likely than Blitz. In certain categories.
Yeah.
So bye, Blitz. Sorry. With the director.
Best song,
Whatever.
Elma.
Sincerely, no. It says keep hope for Challenger. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke there. Challengers is getting in for score. Dune leaving was the best thing for Challengers because Challengers can now get in there, and it's one of the best scores of the year. I love it. Sorry, going for song. You said, yeah, I had El Mal for El Mal, then Kiss This Guy. I used to have Moana 2 in here. Then I saw the movie. It is now gone.
You're gonna put 2 Emilia Perez songs?
Yeah, that's what everybody else is doing. That's what a lot of critics groups are putting into. That's what we just saw. Golden Globes put into, or Critics' Choice. One of them put in 2 songs. Let me go. Yeah, Golden Globes put in 2 songs. Critics' Choice put in 2 songs. So yeah, I think Emilia Perez is getting 2 songs in there.
I'm gonna put this on 6. I will keep Will and Harper for.
Yeah, I mean you got to go the 688. I think 688 is the Diane Warren one. And guys, Diane Warren always gets in on Oscar morning. That's an Oscar rule.
You're right.
If people are always trying to think about what's happening for best song every single year, if there is a Diane Warren song, she is getting in. It's happened literally the last 3 years in a row. Diane Warren, for some reason or another, has a gun to the Academy's head and will put in her song. So the 688 is getting in. And yeah, you have Will and Harper Goes West. What is that movie about?
It's a documentary.
Oh, it's a documentary. Got it.
Yeah.
Documentaries hardly ever get in for best song, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like this is different.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's another rule. I don't watch documentaries. You know, famously, the last documentary I watched was about 3 twins, whatever it was called. Remember they were all separated or whatever? That's the last documentary I watched. But yeah, Moana 2, not good. I always wanted a brother. Not happening. I cannot wait to hear the songs. Because I like Lynn, we needed you in Moana 2. We needed you. And you gone. And now you left for Lion King. It better be some good shit. Better be some good shit in Lion King. I better walk out of there being like, okay, cool. But
piece by piece, no. Yeah, no. This is it.
Better Man, nah. This is it. This seems like it could be it. Any surprises? Could be Better Man. Could be Challengers. But yeah, best sound. Dune, you're winning this. Just rewatch the sequence where Zendaya and Timothy are fighting against that helicopter, whatever it's called, Cairo.
The ornithopter.
Ornithopter. Thank you. That's a great sound clip. If I'm the Dune Part 2 crew and I'm trying to get nominated and win for best sound, I'm showing that sequence. Also the atomic sequence. Holy shit!
The
sincerely
fight.
This is goldderby.com. Gold Derby, you can post your predictions and see what the industry is posting as well. You can compare your nominations to industry experts from across the world on goldderby.com. Also, the Oscar Bros, the Oscar expert on YouTube, his brother, Brother Bro, he made an app called the Awards Expert. So if you're an iPhone or an Apple or Android user, look up the Awards Expert app. That's also a very fun app to use. I use that as well.
Yeah.
So there's two places, Gold Derby or Awards Expert app. Oh, you have his app. Great, sincerely. Cool. Anyways, back to sound here. I agree with your top 5. This is pretty locked. This is it. Complete Unknown, Gladiator, Emilia, Perez, Wicked, Dune.
All right.
Blitz, because Blitz is, guys. It blitzes. Don't forget. It's taking a nap. It's gone.
It's taking a nap. All right, moving on before my laptop dies.
Yeah, let's keep going here.
This
Visual
is where I had our Romulus. I'm still gonna keep it, but I'm gonna take off Mufasa.
And Mufasa's gone. Yeah, I think is the Academy going for Twisters?
I don't think so.
I like Twisters, but yeah, I think the top 5 for Gold Derby could be the top 5 here. I think you just take out Alien and put in Twisters, but Alien and Furiosa would be based picks. I think Alien and Furiosa would be great. But Twisters is also very likely. I have the same top 5 as Gold Derby there. Dune, Kingdom, Wicked, Gladiator, Twisters. I like Twisters. Country Road, whatever the song is called. Oklahoma. But okay, next one. Animation. And yeah, we talked about this a lot. This is your top 5. No, nothing else is budging in. Nothing can get in. Yeah. Wild Robot, congratulations. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. So 1 hour, 55 minutes. Good. And that's our update for December. We'll be back next month. I think the next time we'll be back, we'll get more regional awards in here. And Oscar nominations could be happening. Oh, tomorrow morning is very important. The Oscar long lists are coming out. A lot of long lists for a lot of categories are coming out tomorrow morning. So that's a very big day for
us.
For us, yeah. So that could change a lot of things. Certain movies can get taken out. Let me look it up. Oscar long list. I can't find the exact one. But yeah, so a lot of things could be changing in the near future. So keep an eye on, our ads there at EDGORTG or mine at Harris EV9 for because I'll be retweeting and talking about the long list as they happen tomorrow morning. Also, the WGA, the Writers Guild, declared Conclave, Brutalist, and more to be ineligible. That doesn't mean they won't be nominated for writing. It's just that they weren't nominated for the WGA, which can sometimes affect what the Academy does. Because obviously the writers vote for writers and stuff like that. But yeah, this was a fun one. Right now, my current mindset is I'm just rooting for the substance in a lot of categories. I love that movie, and I think it's having a rise since we last spoke, especially like market quality. Didn't see that coming. But yeah, find me on Twitter at Harris EV9 this week for podcasts. Thursday, usually we have My Cup of Tea with Nathan on a separate channel, and that'll be usually on Mondays. We like to recap the weekend. This week is different. The biggest trailer of the year is dropping on Thursday. The Superman trailer from James Gunn dropping on Thursday.
Bigger than Mission Impossible?
Yeah. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. I mean, in terms of hype, I was looking for Mission Impossible. That's my shit. But the world, they need Superman to be good. Theaters, they need Superman to be good next year. DC,
I feel like that movie's gonna get screwed over if it doesn't move anyway, because it's sandwiched between Fantastic Four and Jurassic World.
Fantastic Four should be the one that's nervous, but I think Jurassic World's going to do better than both of those. I think.
Yeah,
even though I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward. It's my least, anticipated of those three. But yeah, I'm excited for what James Gunn could really cook for Superman. So Thursday will be a My Cup of Tea. Also on Thursday we'll be doing Red One, right? I think we scheduling that for Thursday as well. So we're watching
Friday, yeah.
Red One. That's going to be our Christmas commentary for the channel for the year.
Closing off the year with Red One.
With Red One, with Chris Evans and The Rock. Who would have thunk it? So yeah, I'm trying to think what other podcasts I'm doing. That might be it. Red One, My Cup of Tea. Oh, and on Wednesday I am doing Hyperspace Hype with Nathan on Nathan Rojas's channel, talking about Skeleton Crew episode 4.
I still haven't seen a single episode of that thing. I need to.
It's a fun show. I'm liking it more than other shows out there. So yeah, it's not Acolyte. Renew the Acolyte, guys. But yeah, again, find me on Twitter, HarrisEV9 for all things awards updates and anime. I watch a lot of anime and movies and TV, so follow me there. Edgar?
Yeah. And you can find this podcast at WHFG Podcast. Like Evan said, we probably won't have another episode for this show for That Indescribable Feeling until the next year. Hopefully with Josh back on the chair in command. And you can find me at EDGRTEG on all social medias. And looking forward to closing off the year.
Yeah, I think
one.
Red One is going to be our last podcast of the year because we'll be back in January to recap everything we watched in December. But besides that, Red One's going to be our last video of the year. So like and subscribe, guys. Follow us. Please watch the video and share this video with other friends and family.
Yeah, but other than that, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.